As Americans brace for a possible recession with layoffs ongoing across the country, a large number of employees are responding to the panic by conducting so-called career cushioning before leaving their current roles. To explain what that means and the reasons behind it, I want to bring in Arianne Cohen. She is a work shift reporter at Bloomberg News. All right, so it was quiet quitting at one point. It was the mass resignations, the great resignations. So now we got something else. Cute use of alliteration, but what is career cushioning?
Yeah, career cushioning is when people are gainfully employed, but they're also looking at other job options. It's basically plotting a plan B because you don't quite trust plan A right now. The term cushioning, it actually comes from the dating world. It's when people keep side options around just to pad a potential hard breakup on the horizon.
I love that because I think that, it's kind of what often people do if they think that things are going to be uncertain in the future is they sort of double down at work. They want to make sure that they're, really, really important to the company. And when they're looking at the list of people to lay off, they don't pick them. But this is a little different.
Yeah, this is really about taking a little psychological pivot and putting you before your job and kind of thinking about your values and your passions and where your experience and your network might be able to take you. We're seeing a really lot of it right now, and it's really driven by layoffs. People are seeing a lot of layoffs in the headlines, though most of those layoffs have been really sector specific. Yeah. The tech industry has let go 60,000 people this year. As you just mentioned, they're starting to spread. Pepsi, BuzzFeed, JP Morgan all announced layoffs this week, and people are really nervous. At the same time, the pandemic really decimated corporate trust between employees and employers, especially employees who may have been let go very quickly in the pandemic. So as soon as things are a little shaky, they feel the economic ground shifting, they don't necessarily feel like their companies have their back and they're out looking again.
Yeah, you just touched on something that I was going to sort of ask about, the impact of the pandemic. And so that area, just, not trusting your employer to be as loyal to you as you are trying to be to them makes a lot of sense. I'm wondering if also some of the other shifts like remote working has really made people sort of increasingly start to consider the type of lifestyle they want to live and the type of job that will help them do that.
Yeah, very much so. People are out looking at options. They realize they have more options than they thought that they did. At the same time, there's a lot of people who have not met many of their coworkers or maybe never even been in the same room as their boss. So they're just feeling less connected to their company, and therefore they feel less guilty about looking around. I should say that career coaches say that lots of people, particularly women, sometimes feel that they're being disloyal or sometimes somehow not committed to their job by looking. And they all say that that's ridiculous. It is more than fine to look at other options. The ethical line to work is the ethical line to walk is to just do it not during work hours.
So then let me ask you about something else. Does career cushioning also include applying, interviewing, like sort of going through the whole process? Is it also about kind of like, I don't know, keeping yourself sharp in that area?
Very much so. It's job searching light. So it's networking, keeping your contacts warm, looking at job boards and reaching out when jobs are interesting. I think a lot of it at the end of the day ends up helping people figure out what they need to do now to get to that job 6 months later. So it's not necessarily that they're going to jump right at this moment, but they realize, oh, a recruiter says I don't have this kind of experience. And so then they can go get that at their day job during the next 6 months.
That's actually just really good career planning. So it's good all around. Arianne Cohen, thank you very much.
Thank you.